What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 174, and we're recording on January 31st, 2022. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. All right, we skipped last week. We'll talk about that later in the show as to why we did. We're a bit rusty. Bear with us. Yeah, but we're gonna do part one. So just talk episode 174. We're gonna cover 4 songs this week. We're gonna choose a spicy song king and hit you with the music show winners. Boom,
boom.
So it's like we're giving you more content because we have 2 weeks to 2 weeks to cover. But it's not like where everything's doubled. Honestly, in my opinion, a lot of the releases for this week weren't that big, so we only added one. So the 4 songs we're gonna cover from the last 2 weeks. The first one is BamBam Slow Mo. The second one will be Moonbyl's Lunatic. The third one, Pentagon's Feeling Like, and the fourth one is BM's Lie, Lost in Euphoria. I can't even talk today. Lost in Euphoria. You know,
yes.
you don't record for like a week, and I can't talk all of a sudden.
English is hard. It's okay.
BamBam though with Slow Mo. He's from Abyss Company, debuted 2014 with GOT7, and his last 3 solo songs are Who Are You, Ribbon, and Beat Your Best, with 32 music show wins with GOT7. He's really committed to this like chill thing, right?
The sound.
Yep.
How do you guys feel about that though? Because I didn't expect him to go this route when he was at GOT7.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought, well, I guess if your knowledge of him as an artist has been from his time in GOT7, this was not what I thought he was going to go into. I feel like he was highlighted as a dancer within the group. So I kind of always expected that he would go more of that type of genre. But lately, I feel like he just really likes to go into this direction. And it's interesting because that's not what I expected at all.
I guess if he was a dancer, or he was a dancer position during GOT7, I guess this kind of genre is not a bad choice given it doesn't
style. Yeah.
Right. It's not a ballad or like a power vocal kind of thing where like an immense amount of talent and skill is required. Not saying this doesn't need talent or skill or practice at all. This is a completely different vibe, and it's a lot easier to latch onto when you're starting off your solo career, I think. So I guess in that sense, you kind of understand why they went with it. Yeah, no. More like an indie bedroom pop chill kind of vibe, which is also kind of trendy. It works in his realm. Yeah. So I guess if you think about it, it's not the most expected, but it also kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Unexpected for him, but I get it. I get why in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
It's really on meta too. I know that we keep saying that Warren predicted this, but like it wasn't the prediction things. I'm not the biggest fan of his genre. Of this genre as a whole. I think he did well though. It's just like it's chill, but for me, it's just like it doesn't get me the most riled up, and it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes, though, it's hard to find the balance between we're going to do a super chill song and we're going to engage the audience and make it memorable. I think that's a fine balancing act to do. I don't know if this song did it to the best extent, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, to me, the visuals was trying to create that or kind of like be the middleman for that, because I think in the past songs that he has done so far as a soloist, I do find that that's the thing that is pretty consistent. Like the quality of the visuals, the color palettes, the editing, I think is pretty good. So I appreciate that, but I feel like the combination of like dance and song maybe needs to meet that as well. Like I don't think all 3 elements are all there yet.
I also want to add, going off of that, like I spent a good chunk of my time listening to the song only. It was only on like Friday when I checked out the music video, so like only a couple days ago. Up until then, I was listening to it audio only, right? Like over a week, it was been on loop. And I guess maybe it's because of that, but like I was thinking of a certain image and an aesthetic visually that kind of made an expectation for what the music video might be. But once we got the music video, it felt a lot more bright and a lot more poppy and a little more bouncy almost,
Yeah,
like
the
more like
colors,
marshmallows.
yeah.
Right. Which isn't bad per se, but at the same time, it felt like unexpected disconnection. Not
Okay,
the
I could see
words,
what
but
you're saying now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very like muted tones too in this music video. Extremely whitewashed, right? Not him. I'm saying the music video, guys. Let's
Yeah.
make that clear.
All K-pop, write your articles.
I don't know how I can recover from that, but if you watch the music video, you'll know exactly what I mean. Like,
His
Yeah.
hair color was muted. That's
Yeah.
yeah. I liked his hair color though. Very platinum silver or something like that. I don't know. Kind of dig it. Almost like a pink undertone or something. I don't know.
I've been talking to people about BamBam, and I was like, who would have expected that out of all the GOT7 dudes, BamBam would be pushing like the hardest for like
Yeah.
content
Cool.
outputting for mainstream songs. I think JB and BamBam and Jackson's been doing a lot of Western stuff, but in terms of focusing on the Korean market, BamBam and JB have been doing the most at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so far, I'm not gonna say it's unimpressive. Overall, I think it's pretty impressive so far. I don't think they're perfect per se, but at the same time, I think we're in a good exploration phase where like he's left his original nest. He's a bird. He's flown away from
Right.
his original nest. You know, he's flying west. He's flying south. He's flying east. North is cold, so he's not going north. But other places, he's traveling and seeing what he's like. And that's what I'm getting from this track. And overall, I mean, we did kind of criticize it here and there a bit, but at the same time, I feel like overall the output itself wasn't too bad. It's pretty enjoyable. Yeah.
I think it's an enjoyable song. Yeah, for sure. Let's move to the next one. We have Moonbyul with Lunatic. So she is from RBW debut 2014 with Mamamoo. Her last 3 songs were Shutdown, G999, and Absence, with 43 music show wins with Mamamoo. This song's pretty much a personification of Moonbyul as a individual. I feel, right? Like
You're calling her
there's a
crazy
lot
person?
of there's a lot of fun things going on in this song. Kind of feels almost a tiny bit like the what I used to call the Mamamoo like trolley quirkiness going on. You know, I feel like
yeah.
that's been absent in their own music as of late, but I think it's really present here. I really like this song. I think this
I
is a
like
good
the
one.
song too.
Yeah.
What do you guys like about it? Is it the sound or like the quirkiness that you
Yes.
talked about?
Okay, for me, when I heard the chorus or the progression of the melody in the chorus, it gave me this vibe of like late 2010s. I don't know. I feel like the one song that I could pick, like, what is this reminding me of? Lullaby by GOT7.
That's one.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it. Yeah, I don't know if it's in like the way the chorus goes, like how it goes up and down, like the breaks in between. But the vibe was there, and I really liked it. I think it might be like dated in a sense, but I guess I'm biased in that I liked that sound when it was happening, and it's interesting to see her interpretation of it now with that like quirkiness that Doug was mentioning.
I think Lullaby by GOT7 was a big one. So there was a whole deep house phase of K-pop, right?
Yes.
It kind of began with View by Shiny, right? That's like 2015 or 14 or
Yes.
something. And then we took a couple years of a break, and then we came back. Like FX was there, 101's Energetic was a really big one.
Yes.
AB6 was just pushing out deep house after deep house. Everyone had a track like this at some point, and then eventually that became the tropical house and Moonbathong kind of trend. And this feels like the kind of stuff that you would hear in 2016, 2017, especially from like boy groups. A lot of boy groups did this kind of sound.
Yes, very
Right,
specific
right.
to boy groups.
And I think when you think about Moonbyul, right? Like I saw a lot of posts that were kind of trying to interpret the lyrics and the theme and her identity and whatnot, and how she's less of a typically feminine person and more like
Androgynous.
Right. That's the word I'm looking for. And I feel like that whole character is working really, really well with this kind of sound and color as well. And I think that's what I really enjoy about it, right? Like, sure, it's a bit of a dated sound per se, but at the same time,
I like it though.
yeah, I like it because it makes sense as to why they went with that kind of sound. The melody works. it works with her voice too. So like musically, it makes sense too, right? Everything kind of falls apart. Falls together. Falls together, not falls apart. Everything comes together, and the end result is pretty nice. I think like it's one of the rare instances I think of me liking anything from Mamamoo.
No, that's true. You're kind of critical of them. That's fair.
Yeah. And I here, let me just look at the the producer list real quick because I think I saw Iggy Yongbae on this, but
whoever like the whole production of this was really solid. I think it all made sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Also, shout out to the crew. Hook.
I was going to say that. Yep.
Yes, they were in the music video, and I saw them like, oh, this makes total sense why they're here.
You know how I noticed Aki's red hair? That's how I was like,
to try to hide it.
Yep. So what we're referencing is one of the Street Woman Fighter crews is the backup dancers in this music video. Yep.
Yeah.
So the main producer is Lee Sang-ho, who is most famous for a lot of the older songs. What's CM Blue's debut track? Do you guys know what that is?
Lonely Wetoria?
Wetoria.
Oh my god.
Shock by Beast. Music by 4 Minute. And then on the second number we have Yongbae of Iggy Yongbae, who's you guys know who that is, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Like a lot of the G-Friend tracks and whatnot. So I think everything kind of makes sense there as well. I don't know. Yeah, overall, pretty enjoyable. The music video was really cool too. Like there was points where I felt like they were pushing it a little bit with too much with the concept, but thematically it makes sense, right? Like it's very clear what kind of message she's going for, and it kind of works as well. And there was a point where I felt like, oh, maybe this is too much, and then immediately there was a bit of a scenario change into the I forget what I should have written that down, but I'm saying it worked.
No, I agree because I thought at times like if I didn't know if I was watching it muted, right? Like, I'm just looking at what was going on. I felt like, oh, maybe this would seem very intense, I guess, if it wasn't for the moments where it was like a little over the top, a little bit more comedic, because I feel like it's literally a mental hospital that in like the setting, and like I feel like it's interesting like that contrast. It works for some reason, and I think maybe they did have to go a little bit more comedic to just offset that a little bit more. Right.
I think every direction they're going in a lot of directions with this, right? And they all kind of offset each other into a nice balance, I feel. Mm-hmm. It's like a sandwich with all of the right amount of ingredients.
Yeah.
Unlike a stupid Chicago pizza, which has too much stupid sauce.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I still agree with that. Yeah,
Thank you. I'm going to say that every week now.
The salad was better than the pizza. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
All right, let's move on to the next song. This one came out back on Monday, a week ago on the 24th. It's Pentagon's Feeling Like. So they are from Cube, debut 2016. Their last 3 songs were Duo or Not, Daisy, and Dr. Bebe, with 1 music show win so far.
Wait, they only have 1 music show win so far?
They only have 1.
That's kind of
I could
shocking.
double check this as we talk about it, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because it was a big deal.
Yeah. Pentagon has good songs. Like I feel like I'm looking at this list. Dr. Baby was a really good song. If I remember, that might have been in the Spice King thingamajig back in the day. Daisy was one of Warren's favorite songs of that year.
It was.
And then Do or Not was that doo-woppy K-pop song.
Oh yeah,
with the school gym thing going on. That kind of was doing like a retro American pop thing. Feeling Like though, they're going for like a more sophisticated, little bit clubby electronica thing going on here, but in a chill way, right? Yeah,
sexy. Well, nobody's gonna say the word sexy. Sexy.
It was sexy. Pentagon has sexy music.
Sexy.
This is a good song. Like,
my God, yeah.
Objectively, man, like. One music show win doesn't make sense for Pentagon. Like, I feel like they keep delivering. On Kingdom, they were really good. I think they're just keeping the momentum going. I feel like a lot of people are not paying attention to them. And how'd you feel about this one? Feeling Like?
I think it's growing on me. I feel like I definitely agree with the minimal take on this, and I think it does bring that coolness factor to it. Also, the set was really nice. I like the museum aesthetic that they had. But But I think at times, or like a couple of times where the chorus comes in, it felt a little too minimal to me. And then maybe it felt like that after I finished the song, and then I heard, I don't know if it's snares or like drums that come in towards the end at the same point. And I was like, oh man, this makes a little bit of a difference. I wish I would have used it a little bit earlier or like more throughout this whole song. So I don't know. I feel like the more I listen to it, the more I appreciate it. But I did have a sense like maybe a little bit more would have been, I guess, better.
Yeah, I'm on the other end here.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the minimalness was the right amount of minimalness. And the last chorus with the extra snare that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was like, why did they add this? What?
No, I thought it was great.
No, it was not great. You are not great, apparently. My goodness.
Dang.
I'm sorry. No, I really like the minimalness to it. I felt like it was eating a nice garlic pasta that's not over salty, you know? Just whiff of garlic as soon as you open up your little plate, you know? Just not and it's not salty, just garlic.
Okay.
Or very buttery. I don't know. It felt very smooth and very sexy. That chorus just was very sexy. You know, I'm not gonna shy away from saying that word sexy because that's the best adjective to describe this chorus, right? Like there's like a minimal vox kind of loop going on, like ba 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 ba. Right. In the upper octave. I'm not gonna try to sing in that upper register. Anita heard me before. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
And it has that minimal like house beat, like boom chip pop chip boom chip pop chip, and I think the result is like really really impactful. There's not a lot going on. It's like not very stereotypical either, because the stereotypical thing to do in a house track like that is to build up, and then remove
drop.
every instrument and have just the bass playing, right? That's what Moonbyul did with the Lunatic track earlier. That's kind of like the cliche that I kind of criticized a whole bunch when this kind of sound was really really popular. It's straying away from that really really well, and instead doing something kind of unique and very creative as well. That's basically the same thing, but you get the idea, right? It works really well. It works really well. Yeah, and I like that.
You know, I feel like Pentagon has a wide range.
They do.
They do.
They do.
I think like Pentagon's the group where everyone's like, yo, they got good music, right?
They're doing good.
But at the same time, like I feel that they're not being elevated to the level which is matching the music.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a shame because I think that they're doing a really good job. I think that their songs have all been pretty good as of late in the last like 2 to 3 years. I think on Kingdom they had the moment of the year sending I think his name's Juno to the military. Like
Tino.
Oh, Gino, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was like the moment of the show, in my opinion, right? I felt like
It was their storyline
Yep.
in the whole show. Yeah, it was cool.
So if you're not listening to Pentagon or you're not on the Pentagon chain, please listen to them. They're doing some really good things over there right now.
They are.
All right, let's go to the last song. It is by BM.
No.
Cars BM. It is Lie, Lost in Euphoria. He's from I put DPS. He's from
DPR
DSP.
Live.
No, he's a DPS in a video game. Yeah, he's from DSP. He debuted 2016 with Card. His last 3 songs. Okay, I believe this one is 13 IVI. And he also released Broken Me with 0 music show wins so far. He was going for like a vibey, angsty song, right?
Yeah.
The emo trap sound.
Yeah, emo trap.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting, you know?
Interesting
a
in a
vibe.
good way or not? Good
No,
way?
because when I see the videos of BM like doing like all of them are like him doing crazy stuff and being high energy and like
Right.
trolling, you know? Like I've seen him on some of the like those podcast things he's on all the time, right? Like
Yeah.
very different, you know? Extremely different. Kind of vibey though. Huh.
I don't
know how to feel
agree.
about it though.
I also had mixed feelings because I definitely liked things about the vibe, like the sound. I thought it was also reminiscent of like early 2010s, like I don't know, I don't want to say like R&B, but like something in that realm. And I don't, maybe it was also the music video, because I feel like the music video was like not doing a lot, and maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it gave that vibe of like something that I had seen before, like 10 plus years ago, but it was nice, you know? I don't know. I get conflicted feelings about this as well, but yeah, I agree. The vibe is there, and I feel like if there had been some more choices in the visual presentation or direction, maybe would sway me more towards the positive side. But I think there were things that didn't quite wrap up.
Nah, I disagree.
You disagree?
The music video, no, not in a you're wrong kind of way, but more like the music video could have been good, but I don't think that would have saved this track.
I see.
I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, let me just get it out of the way. I don't think the track is awful or anything. But I feel like he is doing something that's trendy for the sake of
True.
it, or because it sells, or because it's fan service. I'm not sure why, but he's doing it. It feels like we're in the kind of like Juice WRLD, Post Malone, Ash Island, Changmo kind of age here. And that's cool. That's trendy. Go for it. Do it. But the key thing here should be go with the trend, but interpret the trend so that it's unique to you. And I feel like Taeyeon did a better. The good comparison here is Taeyeon from the last episode, who also had a trappy emo trap sound, but it had a definite Taeyeon kind of vibe to it. Parts of it being Taeyeon has a very unique voice. And maybe it's because I don't have a big recognition for BM's voice and his voice color yet. But at the same time, it was also apparent in the music video as well, not the points where he's acting because he's very sad and he's sitting in his bed, but the parts where he's standing and like half dancing.
Yeah, also like there was like a warping effect on the music video.
Yeah.
I don't know where that was supposed to be exactly.
I don't know. Like it felt like, here's the thing. When I see Korean rappers in their music videos, most of the times I'm like, man, they look so stupid awkward. They're so awkward. These little kids, they're so awkward. And this felt even more awkward than that. It felt like he didn't know what to do with his arms, didn't know what to do with his legs. Like, I understand he's a great performer. He's a great dancer.
Really good
He
dancer.
is.
Yeah,
He's amazing. Everybody knows that. But once you take that away, apparently it feels like he's missing his biggest weapon in the armory. It feels like an empty cabin all of a sudden. That's the entire impression I got with this track. It feels like he's going after something that's really, really popular nowadays. Works really well if you can pull it off. And frankly speaking, it's one of the easier stuff to go after as well. If you listen to some of these tracks, are they difficult to pull off? No, you don't need amazing vocals or like amazing whatever to kind of amazing production to
Range. Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, this is one of the meals that you should be able to digest really, really easily. But feels like
it's also like, if we think about a lot of the rappers who would do a similar thing, it's like they move like that because they can't dance, like, but you could dance, like,
right.
Yeah, I think that could have set him apart a lot, because that's clearly what he has over the other people doing similar music like this, right?
That could have been one thing, yeah. Like, obviously, we're not expecting like high level, stunt level choreo with this, right? But
I feel like he could have done some dance choreo with the collab with some kind of modern dancer girl or something, right?
Yeah,
could have been kind of cool in there.
There was a girl in the music video and the kind of window mirror thing.
Yeah.
I thought it's another member of Card, but apparently not. Why don't you just?
It wasn't.
How was the rapping, Warren?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't awful either. No, it was pretty decent, if anything.
Okay.
Like, if I'm looking at the other tracks this week, the rap for this track was one of the better ones, right? Like, the Pentagon track was great. I think my biggest takeaway with it was that the rap, it leaves more to be desired. The instrumental part, that part was great. And then I hear this song where like the rap is pretty decent. Obviously, it's more like a sing rap thing, like a melodic rap with like a whole bunch of autotune and whatnot. But just because, here's the thing: when people think about autotune, people think it automatically fixes everything.
No.
That is not true.
No, it's more of a tool.
Right. It's a tool. It's like It's like adding MSG to your meal. You know, it makes things better. Yeah. You need a good thing to begin with. You can't throw MSG into a cup of milk and expect it to taste good. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh wow.
Okay.
there was a good meal. You added some MSG to it. It worked. So,
All right. I think that covers all the songs this week. I can't even talk today. Other big releases include Victon released Chronograph. Yuju, formerly of G-Friend, had a solo debut with Play. Luminous released All Eyes Down. Mark released My Life. Nature released Rika Rika. Can we talk about this song?
sure.
Okay.
Um,
You have to watch Nature's Rika Rika. Like, okay. I don't know if you're a Nature fan. I'm sorry if you like the song. I kind of actually like the song now just because it's so bad. But this is the song that's like watching the train crash happen, but you can't look away. No,
wow.
right?
No.
Isn't that the best way to describe this, Warren?
I mean,
Like-
I'm not gonna deny it, but yes.
They went like, I don't know what they're doing at their company. I think they're in NCH or something like that. But they went for K-pop / trot, essentially.
Oh.
But
Okay.
they have like there's a lot of issues with this. Some people they kind of appropriated a little bit some Indian culture.
Yeah.
Additionally, their music video is a one-setter. And then there's this hopping dance going on. That's one of the most memorable things I've seen in K-pop in a while.
Point dance.
The
whole lick
Anita,
thing?
if you ever watch it, you're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, can never unsee this." Right? Like, no, straight up.
I'm gonna have to see it.
Apparently the fast feet moving thing is based off of a Zhao Li dance style. Shout out to DJ Peter Lowe over at Kpop Podcast who pointed that out. Which I had no idea was a dance style in itself. I believe it's an African thing. But then again, with the whole cultural appropriation controversy, not a good light, but you know,
And as people who are unaware of the cultural traditions of this dance, I hope they did not slaughter the cultural traditions of this dance.
Hopefully.
Because
Goodness, yeah.
it left me completely confused as to what was going on in this music video specifically. Right?
yeah, like here,
Wow.
the thing, aren't you supposed to like credit the culture you based this off?
I don't know, dude, but it was like I'm listening to yeah, and then the song itself is horrific, dude. Like like the chorus is a pretty like there's like tropic backgrounds, but the verses are kind of normal. And then we get to the chorus and the melody thing comes in and you're like, what is going on? Right? So please watch it. Let us know what you think of Nature's Rika Rika.
Can I point out one more thing? The weirdest part for me, and this is like totally understandable, but just really, really weird, is they're doing all this interesting choreo, controversial outfit,
Trot
kind of blank
theme.
music video, trot theme, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of a lot of things. And the girls have a very big smile, and it's very, very endearing, and I feel awful.
I feel
to a
awful
degree.
too. And they're
Yeah.
doing it, Anita. Do you know that one set that a couple people use? Like it's like the how do I describe it?
Sand-
The glass dome where they do horse riding and stuff. Equestrian set.
Like the circular.
The
carpet.
circular dome, and they're in
Ah.
the dirt and they're jumping and there's dust clouds and stuff. Like
Oh dear.
it's crazy. And their dancing is very like jumping and kicking, and there's like a dust storm going on because they're dancing so hard. It's crazy town, dude. Yeah, so go check out that one, for sure. Let us know, though. Literally, I want to know what everyone thinks about this one. Other songs, though, include Super Junior's Kyuhyun with Love Story, JB. But I think when he does these types of songs, he goes under the surname Def. So he is releasing Sunset with You. 101 released Beautiful Part 3. IU, and then I think it's a visual director, Kang Seung-won, or musical director, or something like that. They released Mother Nature H2O. Ravi released Virus featuring Justice, and ATEEZ via Universe released Don't Stop. Boom. All right, we're now at Spice King. All the way back on episode 173, From Us 9 placed first place with DM and they had their first win. Second place was Yena Smiley featuring BB. And third place was Taeyeon with Can't Control Myself. The new candidates are the 4 songs we covered this week. BamBam Slow Mo, Moonbyul's Lunatic, Pentagon's Feeling Like, and BM's Lie Lost in Euphoria. BM's Lie Lost in Euphoria. Okay, we got it. We got it. My Soju chart, I crossed out a lot of things to get to this one.
Dang.
I ended up leaving From Us 9's DM in first place. Because I listened to the 3 songs that were on the Soju chart and the 4 contenders, and it was still my favorite song out of those 7.
Nice.
So that's why I put From Us 9 DM in first place. Second place, I put Moonbyul's Lunatic. And then right under it in third place, I put Pentagon's Feelin' Like.
Wow.
Oh,
So that is my chart this week.
very nice, very nice. We almost had the same chart, Doug. So close.
wow.
So close. I also put From This 9 in the number 1 spot. I didn't get to cover it, but I really like it. I like the way the route they're going with the sound. The sets and the outfits were great. I think they looked so cute. Yes. From This
Oh, I
9
was
is really good.
educated. It's a whistle sound, not a dolphin sound. A lot of people were
At the
correcting
note?
me on that
The
one.
TikTok
Yes.
comments
I-
were like,
Yeah, it's whistle notes.
Bro, saying it's a dolphin isn't a bad thing. I like dolphins.
It's
dude.
really high. Yeah, it's
Come on.
impressive. Oh. Okay. Second place. I had also Moonbyul. I know. I really like this. I like the sound. It's a little familiar, yes, but I like her interpretation of it. Also, shout out to an outfit she has in the music video. It's like a leather cropped jacket. That outfit, I thought that was really cool. And then in third place, where I differ here, I'm gonna put Yena Smiley here. I also didn't get to cover the song, but I did get to listen to it. I saw the music video. I really like where they're going with this concept because it's a little over the top visually in like the colors, the outfits. But then they also do like a full 180 in like the B side. So the B side to you, it's LXXK.
Oh.
Look.
sorry, you cut off for a second before you mentioned that. What is luck?
No. I was gonna say that the B side. So the pairing track to the title one, look to you. I don't know which one it is. It's like a full on rock emo type of sound, and it's really nice. I kind of wish that would have been the title track, but I'm very intrigued where she's going with this.
Okay. Well, I have a very similar chart to you, but not so much to Doug. And
Okay.
it begins with DM on first place as well. I was almost not gonna put it on first,
Me too.
given, frankly speaking, I've fallen off of it just a little bit. But then again, I literally was listening to it while I was walking to lunch today. So you know what? I think it's a lie to say it's been falling off for me. I'm still listening to it. I have a playlist of just 3 songs, just 3, and it's Feel Good, We Go, and this, and it works in a perfect loop and a perfect just cycle of three songs. So there you go. DM is a great part of the trilogy. I hope it's a trilogy. I don't know, but I love it. Grade it. I'm moving on to my second track, which is Feel Like by Pentagon.
Okay.
Let's go, Pentagon.
I'm not gonna lie, that chorus is just something else, man. Just it's the most memorable and just sexiest.
Oh
chorus.
God. Oh God. Oh hey yo.
All right. And to wrap it off, I have surprisingly, this has kind of grown on me a little bit. Smiley by BB. Sorry, Yena featuring BB.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
dear.
What?
Smiley by Yena featuring BB.
Correct.
Yes. It is. I think honestly, I've come around in a little bit and I wasn't negative on it to begin with, but at the same time, I was kind of like, this is kind of, this is okay. Now I'm more like, okay, this is a really, really good start. If anything, it's not a decent start. No. It's a really, really good one.
It's a very Yena start, honestly.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I don't think you have to be a former Wiz One to be convinced of this.
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
No,
I agree.
I wasn't, and I'm still very much on board with wherever she's going. So yeah, Smiley by Yena, Smiley Yena, Smiley.
Okay.
Sorry.
The Gochu Gang. Number one. Sorry, Gochu Gang, that I made you re-vote this week, even though you voted last week. But it is what it is.
To be fair.
In first place, they put Smiley featuring BB by Yena.
Ooh.
Wow.
With 43 points via their system. In second place, they have From Miss Nine's DM. They gave it 37 points. And in third place was Moonbyul's Lunatic with 26.
Good stuff as well.
So, From Miss Nine's DM is going to be picking up its second crown
Let's
with
go.
a total of 18 out of 20 points. If the Gochu Gang had put it in first place, it would have been Hall of Spiced this week, but it's not.
Oh.
So close.
Guys, you let me
Second
down.
place, there's a two-way tie. So that's just the rest of the chart. It's between Yena Smiley featuring BB and then Moonbyul's Lunatic are both going to tie for second place. So that is the Soju chart for
Nice.
this week.
I win. Yes.
No. Promise 9 wins. What do you mean you won?
I don't know because my chart is.
Are you in
much.
Promise 9, Anita? Is that why you don't show us the camera? Are you their manager?
Anita's actually behind the stage doing the whistle noise, like low key.
Yes, that was me.
Like Hyung's just lip syncing it. It's really just Anita. All right, finally we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with the 2 weeks of show winners right now.
Yeah, it's catching up on the winners. So there's a couple of them. But one that it just keeps winning, I've with 11 picked up some wins on Show Music Core and Kigayo. So they're up to 11 music show wins. Yay.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think they also got a triple crown on
On
Inkigayo.
Ikigayo, yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy for a rookie group running Ikigayo 3 times.
It is.
Wow. And
Right off the bat.
Yeah. And another rookie group, Kepler, Wadada, also had a win on Countdown, so they're up to 3 total wins with their debut. And then we have Enhypen with Blessed Curse, 1 on Show Champion and Music Bank, so 2 total wins for them. From Miss 9 with DM, also 1 on the show and Show Champion, so 2 wins. And then Wheein with Make Me Happy, first solo win on M Countdown. Congrats
Nice.
to her. And then finally we have the girls from Got the Beat with Step Back, first win as well on Inkigayo for them.
Wow.
Yo, so there's I don't remember exactly which show it was, but Step Back, they did a live stage of it on one of the music shows. I think it was
Is it Inkigayo? 'Cause they
M
won?
Countdown
M
is where they
Countdown.
did it. It's a really good stage. You should go watch it.
Yes.
I really like that song still. Like out of all the songs that have been like we've covered since the beginning there, I think that's the one I've listened to the most.
I don't
Don't
blame
know
you.
why. All right, we're done with part 1, so I guess we'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 174. We're going to discuss some recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. Alright, this happened in last week, but Korean news outlets are now reporting that the Hybe Source Music group is planning on launching their new girl group. It's called Le Seraphim. I think that's what we're calling them.
Seraph.
that's
Interesting
it.
name.
And it's going to have former IZ*ONE members Sakura and Chaewon, and it will be debuting early this year.
Interesting.
I see Chaewon got rid of her Willem contract.
Sakura's been a free
confirmed.
agent, and she's been spotted in Korea. Hype, of course, did not confirm the reports because they refused to. Interesting.
So apparently the name Le Seraphim means angel created from the fireworks.
Seraphim. Okay. Yeah.
Apparently
That
that's-
kind of makes sense.
Does it? I don't know. Is it Spanish?
Latin, I think.
Latin? Okay. Well, I don't know. It sounds pretty cool, I guess. Sounds like some sort of Harry Potter spell. Le Seraphim! Oh,
I wonder what the concept will be, given this name.
I'm kind of imagining like Mago vibes from G-Friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
that would make sense, right?
There's
Kinda
a Seraphine in League of Legends.
Oh.
I don't know.
There is.
Arcane collab.
Hey.
All right.
Maybe.
By having Sakura and Chaewon, like the other kids in this group, good luck getting screen time. Like, real talk.
Well, you know, I've managed to divert the attention to the
Yeah.
other members as well, so I hope they pull off a good job of that
I think
too.
they have to in order to
They need to. If they don't,
solidify the group.
yeah.
If they don't, they should have debuted a duo. You know. Like,
Exactly.
Ooh.
I'm curious though. Like, there's a lot of stuff riding on this group, right? Source Music, they got rid of G-Friend controversially. They're gonna debut this new girl group. It has famous people in it already.
Yeah.
They're gonna compete versus the JYP group.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I was gonna say. NMIX, their teaser dropped like last week as well, right? Like,
And Mix is going hard in the paint with all the pre-debut stuff too. Like,
Yeah, the content.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking. Here's the thing. I don't want to take the fire away from the Seraphim because I'm sure it'll be fire as well. But because we don't have another point to talk about NMIX, that teaser from NMIX was dope.
I'm excited for NMix.
Same. Like my God.
Yeah.
Yo, have you seen it, Anita?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're missing out.
Am I?
Yeah. I'm sure you were. I know you were sick, but at the same time, you were a minute 40 of your life could have been devoted to happiness.
Both of the groups have crappy names though, but I'm still very excited for them, right? Like,
You know what? I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm kind of latching on to these names. Le
and
Seraphim?
Mix.
Really?
I think
NMix doesn't sound too
Le
bad.
Seraphim could be cool. And Mix is a weird name. In my
Nah,
opinion.
I'm kind of cool with it. Baby Monster is the weird one out.
I mean, Eyes One is a weird name, like objectively too, right?
Okay,
that was
fine.
kind of weird. So I guess we'll be able to digest it all eventually. Yeah, I'm pretty excited though for both of those groups. I think it's gonna that battle for rookie group supremacy is going to be pretty big. Ive is still here. Stacy's still almost a rookie group. You know, there's a lot of big names out there.
I
right
feel
now.
like this is like a rejuvenation, fourth generation era.
I
of
feel
peak.
like YG needs to debut Baby Monsters in like September. They should
Yeah, they're falling behind
September.
at this point.
No, do it now.
do it now.
Do it.
ASAP.
You're
How
gonna
about-
be
how about
late
they-
anyways.
How about they pull like an American music scene and just hot drop it, like just drop the music video.
Go for it.
Do
Could
it.
you imagine? Like, it might be the viral marketing. If they just dropped it, the K-pop internet would explode that day. You know,
Honestly, they would.
I feel like that's not a terrible tactic. Just be like, we dropped the album. Albums are on sale right now. Go to this website.
And you know what? That's like a very YG thing to do as well, I feel. Like,
Right? Yeah.
YG's the one to be like, I don't care. We're the cool people. We're going to do whatever the heck we want kind of people.
No teasers, whatever, and just do a banger of a song and just hot drop it and be like, yeah, new group right now. Deal with it. You know?
You know what? I agree. They should do that. You know what they should do? They should do it the day after the presidential elections in Korea.
Oh my
Do it.
god.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Oh my god! I think it would be crazy if they did. I think it would be one of the most memorable debuts of all time if they ever considered
Well,
doing
of
that.
course, at this day and age.
All right, Anita, hit us with the next thing. It's a two-parter.
Two-parter concerning DSP. So RBW is set to acquire DSP Media and to invest in NFTs and the metaverse.
Of course.
RBW will invest about 9 billion won to acquire 39.1% stake on DSP Media to incorporate it as a subsidiary. And the CEO of RBW, Kim Jin-woo, will also be the CEO of DSP. Previously, last year, RBW acquired WM Entertainment as well.
All right, let's talk about there.
Yeah.
Okay.
RBW, which I always considered like, that's a solid small company. They've been acquiring people lately.
They've been moving.
Yep.
Off of the backs of Mamamoo's success, essentially. No, let's be real here. We gotta be honest with this, right?
And won us in one way too.
But primarily on the backs of Mamamoo.
And bromance.
I never would have thought like 2-3 years back that RBW would have been the company like acquiring all these other like they're acquiring companies that I used to consider around their tier, you know?
No, people used to consider DSP one of the big players because of Kara, remember?
You know what's the amazing thing? That DSP, after all the success they had with Kara, is only worth like $25 million as a company.
What?
Yeah, because they acquired for $9 billion, which is about $9 million us, 40% stake.
I mean, if you think about their portfolio outside of Kara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
I'm not gonna comment, but you get the idea, right?
No, you have to comment. We're talking about content here.
After Kara, did they really do a great job? No.
Nah.
Rainbow was a flop. They had great songs. Card was one of the better ones. Card was one of the better ones.
They're still around, yeah.
They're still around. Media was a solid start, but they're very low key for some reason.
Yeah, they don't get a lot of promotion. Or at least not in my end. I haven't seen it.
They're not in my attention span for some reason, and they had a great debut too. So I'm not sure what's going on, but regardless, besides Kara, they haven't really lived up to the high level of expectations that followed along with. Ooh, yes, they're the company that's competing with Girls' Generation and had a huge success story over in Japan. Is one of the first groups to ever do so.
True.
If you think about that and the inability to follow up with it, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So the history of this company is interesting, right? So there was a guy named Lee Hyo-yeon who started the company, right?
Right.
Brought it up to its like peak in like 2010-ish, right? Then he suffered a stroke, right?
Oh wow.
So he had to step away from the company, and his wife started running the company. And everyone's like, after that, they did well for the Kara years, but since then it's been like, yeah.
So change in direction.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I feel bad for things.
I don't know if he got better or he ran it, but like people were like attributing all of that. I've seen an article about that previously. Because you got to think they used to represent Just Kids at Finkel back in the day.
Yeah,
right.
Back in the 90s.
Double S501 too. That was a really big one.
Yeah, so they had a run going on,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to think of things like that. But we haven't talked about one group that is at DSP. Anita, hit us with the other news.
Yes. It was also announced during that week that DSP will be disbanding their girl group April, which debuted in 2015. And if we can remember back to last year, the group also faced scrutiny after there were allegations that the members bullied a former member, Hyunju. So there was some stuff going on before this as well. Still unfortunate.
I bet you that was a condition of them acquiring it.
Oh, you think?
Right? Why else would they announce it the same week? No, it had to have been.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that RBW is like, we're gonna acquire you, but we can't have this hot baggage that comes along with the company, right?
I'm so interested if RBW is like what they're gonna do with this, because I feel like if they're calling the shots now, and if maybe that was a agreement, right, disbandment, as they're acquiring, how they're gonna move forward as a subsidiary.
And it also raises the question what exactly their motives are, right? Because here's the thing. Yes, Mamamoo was wildly successful. That nobody can deny, right? but somehow they've been able to gather the funds to buy out WM and DSP. And sure, DSP has some rough years, but at the same time, I'm sure it's not cheap to just buy these people. Doug just literally mentioned the numbers. So it feels like they're growing faster than what we've seen before, and it's a little concerning because you don't want to overexpand too quickly. You know what I mean? You gotta grow at the speed you can manage.
It feels like they're growing too much horizontally and not vertically at the moment. To me,
Right.
that's essentially what you're saying.
Right. Exactly.
Because, like, you know, Mamamoo's in the second half of their career. I think we could all admit that. You know, we even have We and Out of the Company, right? They were focused on a lot of solo things. We're not really hitting Mamamoo prime group stuff, right, at the moment. And if you think about it, all the other groups they have, like, Oh My Girl is a high mid-tier, maybe low high-tier girl group at times when they peak. And other than that, there's not too many, like, big resources we've acquired through these transactions.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I wonder what they feel like. Are they just satisfied with being in that mid tier with all their groups? I don't know.
And my biggest question here is, if you go back to the headline of what you read, Anita, we said they're investing in NFTs and metaverse through acquiring DSP. What did DSP do with the NFTs and the metaverse?
I think those are separate things. I think it was just a big press release about RBW.
Okay. Well, no, I'm also reading another article here that says the reason they are getting DSP is because of music IPs and using that for the NFT and metaverse kind of businesses. I'm sorry, I'm translating as I read right now, so that might not have been clear.
Maybe they're buying the rights to the former artists at DSP in order to turn into NFTs.
Right.
That might be what it is.
Right. They said the word music IPs, and IP is intellectual property, so that would be the only explanation. They're trying to turn one of the best
Finko stuff, the Just Kids stuff,
what?
into like NFTs, and that would hit at the mainstream Koreans who were big into that when they were younger.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
That's a risk, though, in my opinion. Right.
Yeah.
Well, Anita, you better start buying Ethereum coins.
Because like when you think of NFTs, you think of young people, right? Like tech savvy young people. But the market they would hit with the back catalog are like 40 and 50-year-olds, like like late 30s, 40s, and 50-year-olds. So that's a bit of a dichotomy there, is what I'll say. Who knows?
It's interesting that even companies like RBW is kind of sizing up to get ready for this NFT metaverse era
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We've talked about NFTs and metaverses before. I feel like at this point we're talking about it every week.
Somebody is talking about it. Somebody's doing something.
Do people know what they're gonna do with it? That's my biggest question.
I don't know.
What are we trying to do with NFTs or the metaverse?
There are some people who like are using creative things with NFTs. They extend them outside of just the blockchain, where it's like if you own this NFT, it gives you access to these things in real life, right? Those practical applications I could understand, right? If you own this NFT, you could go to this thing, right? Cool. That makes sense to me, right? But like just the buying and selling of NFTs just because they're digital artwork and all that stuff makes no sense to me.
You're going to have a virtual art gallery within 8 years, and you're going to hang up your virtual art in your virtual wall, and you're going to virtually walk around. And
so you need to like buy really cheap TVs that are essentially picture frames is what they're trying to lead you to, it seems.
Yes, but it's going to be in the metaverse. So it's not going to be a picture frame TV in real life. It's going to be a picture frame in the metaverse. Oh, no.
You're gonna
so when I put on my goggles, it will know where in the room the picture frame is supposed to be, and it will display my Kara NFT photo on the wall.
Sure,
That's essentially what we're saying here, right?
Yeah, and you're gonna hang it up yourself with the
I'm gonna go think. With the meta nail and the meta hammer that I bought using Ethereum. So I only have to hit it once and it goes in. You know, it's the upgraded one.
Yep.
And I downloaded the driver for the new Meta Hammer, right? Like, it's essentially what we're like. That's what they're trying to do. It's crazy.
Careful, you have a meta crack on your meta wall now. So
And I got to repair that by paying Ethereum, right?
there you go.
To get the Meta repairman to come fix the crack in my wall, it's gonna call me some Ethereum, right?
Oh God.
That's what they're hoping it is. Like, some of these people who are really deep into it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I just want to go to Kwangya.
Yeah, where's the video game? I'm getting bored
Where's
of
the
New
fun,
World.
yeah.
Where's my Kwangya
Where's my
MMO?
SAO? Where's my Neo Gear?
I will quit New World if there's an SMMMO. Just saying. For the record.
You're there.
I'm there. I'm there. All right. Yeah, that's enough of that.
All right. Well, enough about NFTs. I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite TV broadcasting network, Mnet, because they just revealed their 2022 lineup of shows, right? Nothing too new here, but we have a lot of sequels to our favorite series, right? First off, we have Island Season 2, which will look for the next generation K-pop girl group to succeed in Hyphen. You want to talk about each before you move on to each show, or?
That's pretty much produce hype, right? Like that's gonna what that's gonna end up being.
I am
right?
so curious to see if they keep all of the aspects,
of Island.
Yeah, because I
Island
found it
kind
problematic.
was kind of gritty at times, you
Yeah.
know? It had this kind of like post-apocalyptic theme to it. It felt like they were
Yeah.
in a bomb shelter. And
Guys,
they were
you
in
guys-
like battle
honestly,
royale.
You guys were explaining it to me because I didn't see the show, but you guys were talking about it, and I was like getting vibes of like Lord of the Flies every week.
It was like Lord of the Flies
Backstabbing.
and what is Squid Game-ish and like Hunger Games. It felt like
boy.
that. Like they were in a
Tense.
bunker and only the strong could survive the K-pop competition. That's what it felt like.
Well, you know, Mnet doesn't have a great track record with, trainees being in healthy, safe conditions. Idol school. So, we'll see what happens there. Following Island 2, we also have Queendom 2 with 6 girl groups scheduled to compete, as well as the main MC for Queendom 2 confirmed as SNSD Zone Taeyeon.
I'm excited.
Makes sense.
People think that they're gonna announce the girl group soon for this.
I know, Doug, you said it's a push, but I want Rocket Punch on this.
Okay, that's fine. They could be the Nugu of the group.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
no, they're gonna do great. They're gonna win.
I think you'll get groups. I honestly I think ITZY's gonna end up on it.
The more I think about it, the more realistic it seems now.
I think ITZY's gonna end up on it. I think Weekly is gonna end up on the show.
Same.
I think Stacy will be on this.
Oh,
Something tells me I get a gut feeling we're not gonna get both Stacy and After School.
weekly.
Oh, so yes, weekly.
Stacy and Weekly. You don't think?
You know what? No, I want After School on this. Bring out the
And then we
girls.
got Rocket Punch. I bet you like a Wakey Makey could end up on the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Cherry Bullet. You know. I feel like
Yeah.
it could happen.
Yujong and Haeun could come on and be like, "Oh yeah, this is my second Mnet audition." Blah, 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 blah.
I feel like
Also-
it's gonna skew young though. Like
Probably.
relatively young. Yeah.
I'm interested on who's gonna be this season's Bakbom.
I don't know if they will have that again. To be honest,
What if Hyoyeon shows up all by herself?
no.
Just Hyoyeon, nobody else. Just Hyoyeon.
No, because Taeyeon is the host. I don't think so.
Nah, Hyoyeon's gonna show up and just DJ for.
Or like
performance.
Soyu is like, yeah, I'm just on this show. Or like Hyorin, right, from Sistar. She's like, yeah, I'm just here.
If
Like,
Hyorin's on, everyone's dead.
or like
man.
Ailey's just on the show.
Oh my
Like,
god.
All right. Following Queendom 2, we have the 9th season of I Can See Your Voice,
I like
the
that
popular
That's a
vocal
funny.
audition.
That show has really good YouTube clips.
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's basically a show where they have a bunch of people and you're trying to figure out if the person that you chose is a really good singer or is completely tone deaf. It's a Really fun show. I'm sure if you've watched K-pop Variety, you've seen it on YouTube though. There's a ton of clips from it.
It was like really successful as well. Like they sold the production rights to a whole bunch of foreign companies, and now there's a whole bunch of remakes internationally. It's crazy. Following
Can I talk about that real quick though? That show.
Oh sure, yeah. I didn't know you were this
There's a
excited
clip
your voice.
on I Can See Your Voice. I know someone who was on the show.
Who?
So there's a really famous clip of
yeah?
there's this. So it was famous because it's John Park is the celebrity for the week, and his final chosen singer was a black guy, right? His name is Joseph Bustos. I met him when I was in Sogang University for the summer program I took there. He was in the program with me.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
And I heard he moved to Korea and he was living there, and then he appeared on the show, and I knew he was a good singer. And he went to Ohio State, so that's how we talked to each other. I was from Michigan, he was from Ohio State, so that was the connection there.
Midwest.
And yeah, he was on the show and he sang, and he was really good, and it went viral.
Wow.
I think I've seen this clip. Yeah.
Yeah. They were shocked that he could sing, and he was fluent in Korean, like all that together. So yeah, that was kind of crazy.
That's kind of cool. Are you still in touch with him?
No, but shout out to him. I hope he's doing well. Yeah.
If you're listening, Doug wishes you well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Following the 9th season of I Can See Your Voice, we also have the return and a male version. We have Street Man Fighter featuring all the talented male dancers representing Korea. Ooh.
I'm really curious to see who's gonna show up in this version, because in the first season, Street Woman Fighter, they had a mission where they invited male dancers for a team dance sort of thing, and they brought in some celebrities, they brought in some already famous dancers, some people who are backup dancers in companies, like YG. So it's really interesting to see who they're going to choose. I'm most curious to see if they pick choreographers associated with companies.
Do you think? I bet you Jay Black will appear as either a mentor or a judge or a guest or as a contestant. You know who Jay Black is, right, Anita?
Yeah.
It would be crazy if he did.
Yeah, I feel like there's the dance scene, right, in Korea is definitely popping off, and it kind of already started through choreographers like being featured in shows and like
1 Million Dance Academy really popped
like
off
YouTube
too.
So like there's definitely more people to choose from now. I don't know, I'm wondering who they're gonna bring, who if they're gonna keep like the crew idea, and like who makes up the crews, because like Want featured an idol, so like will they bring an idol again, because that was a whole story in the show, like if idols should be in the competition or not. So yeah, and who the judges are, I'm most curious about that too.
Maybe it'll be Jay Black.
Maybe that would make sense.
All right, on the final lineup of Mnet's TV shows over the year, we have Mnet's longest running audition show, period, in their stupidly 11th season running Show Me the Money season 11. I can't believe we're already in the 11th season. 11 years of Show Me the Money is crazy every year.
Over a decade.
For over a decade, Anita. Over a decade is wild.
That's crazy.
The common joke between Show Me the Money viewers is that the even seasons are awful and the odd seasons are great. Season 10, that wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Season 9, hype. VVS came out of it. It was great.
Right.
Season 8, awful. Ugh. Season 7 had Kid Millie. It had Nafla. It had Loopy. It had Super B. It had Ordinating. Like, it was great. PH1, it was great. Season 6, it had Noxa. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Season 5 had C-Jam and BY.
Oh, that was like the big one.
Oh, yeah. Season 4 was kind of okay. Season 3 had Bobby.
What do you think was the peak of the show? Was it the CJ and BY season?
Yeah, it's CJ and BY season. Seasons.
Yeah. CJ,
CJ, ENM came
But
on
do
the show.
you actually think that was the peak?
I think between 5 and 7, probably 5. Yeah,
Okay.
like BY, I remember had like an uncontrollably high level of support from both like hip hop fans and the general public.
Mainstream, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Doug saw it the whole entire time through because I made him. It was great.
I watched the whole season. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good time.
If anything, you got the best season out of it. So good for
All
you.
right. Other news. So YG Entertainment has reportedly lowered their profit goal in the first half of 2022. So basically, that's just in reaction to Blackpink is expected to make a comeback now in the second half of the year. So they pushed it back with an album and a world tour. So everyone just keeps pushing things back because of COVID, and they're like, we're gonna move it back, you know. but by doing that, they lose money in the front half, right? So.
I mean, I respect the optimism, but do we know it'll be better by the second half of the year?
They're just banking on it. Next, Brave Entertainment is planning to debut a new girl group. However, they are contemplating the timing of their debut date due to the competition from other fourth-gen girl groups from major agencies. I like how they consider themselves a major company or something. Like, other than hitting like a crazy thing here, like they've been kind of not that good. They've had the lawsuit with Samuel. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Brave. I don't know.
Well, maybe that's why they're avoiding all the other competition and trying to debut the group when nobody else is debuting somebody. The
Best
thing
shot.
is, if nobody else is debuting a group, there's probably a reason why. So
Yeah.
just think about that.
All right, next one. In small news, Oh My Girl's Binny. So she's not known as that anymore because she changed her stage name to her birth name, Yubin. I agree with this change. I feel like Binny was like a young name, like, you know.
Same.
It just doesn't really feel like it. Like the right name to me. I think Yubin's better. I feel like the boys are gonna become the lads soon. They should just change the name to that, and then once they go to Gundae, they'll become the men. You know,
Oh.
right? Like they should
The
do that.
mens.
I think that'd be hilarious if they did.
Yeah, wait. No, they should keep the Z and say the mans or something.
The
The lads, LADZ, and then when they come back, the men's, MENZ. And then finally, EXO's Chen has become a father of 2 as his wife gave birth to their second child last week.
Oh, wow,
Congrats.
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 All right, COVID news. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
This is a list of the idols, only idols, who have tested positive for COVID in the last 14 days. And
It's
some
a
of these
big list.
groups, they spread it to each other, clearly. So
Multiple
Icon,
members.
Yoonhyung, Donghyuk, Junhui, and Chanu. The boys Eric, Younghoon, Hyungjae, Hanyeon, and Sangyeon. Winner Sunghoon. Treasure Yoshi, Hyunshik, Junkyu, and Mashiho. Wihai, Donghan, Youngha, and Seokhwa. Hyorin, Kepler, Chaehyun, and Youngun. Weekly, Jaehee, Eunbi, Brave Girls, Yuna, VVG. All 3 of them got it. Yuna, and Shinbi.
Oh, no.
Oh My Girl, Yubin, Pixie, Daya, Drippin, Juno, and Hyup, and BTS, Jimin.
Oh, God.
So as Doug would say, everybody and their mothers.
Everyone and their mother is getting COVID.
no.
I think to read all these names is just highlighting that, like, COVID's still here. People are getting it.
Very much so, guys.
Additionally, Monster X delayed their US tour from January, February to May, June. They're banking on it getting better. And then in a big oof news, Huyoung and Chani from SF9 were booked for violating COVID-19 regulations.
Oh my
Right
God.
now in Seoul, like, public restaurants aren't supposed to operate past 9 p.m. They were found at a drinking establishment at 1 a.m. for a birthday party.
Oh,
That's
no.
already an oof. But additionally, the establishment locked the door and wouldn't open it for the police, so the fire department had to come and break the door open.
Why do that? Why go through all that?
So their company released the apology statement on their behalf.
What the heck happened there?
And I'm
yeah.
sure their CEO screamed at them in a locker room. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: even if you don't agree with the regulations, people are understandably pissed off about it because they have to follow the regulations.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm following the regulations. Why are these kids not following the
Why are
regulations?
these idols not following the regulations?
They
right?
are idols. People should look up to them, and they're not in a place of looking up to. So why would you do that? Don't do that, please.
Additionally, one other famous person tested positive recently for COVID, right?
Famous?
Famous to the SojuTalk Nation.
Yeah. So as I was saying, yes, COVID is very much around. I was also missing from the previous recordings because I feel sick, tested positive. It was probably the Omicron strain of the virus. Luckily, I'm very thankful that I was vaccinated and had my booster when I tested positive, so my symptoms were pretty mild.
Coughing, right?
Yeah, I think right now I'm still dealing with a little bit of coughing, so my voice not great right now, but I'm getting better. So yeah, just an opportunity to encourage people to go get their vaccination if they can, if it's available to you, get your booster. Definitely
And be safe.
Yeah,
you know?
keep being safe because as we can see from this hefty list, it's still very much around. It's very contagious, maybe even more so now, as people are feeling a little bit more relaxed, I guess. Definitely try to keep up with it though. Cause
My whole opinion on it is I get it.
Yeah.
We've been in the pandemic situation for a long time, right? And people want to go do things. That's up to the person. Cool, right?
Yeah,
If you want to,
it
that's
is,
on
but-
you. My whole thing is like, if you're gonna get COVID, why don't get it as mild as possible? That's my whole thing about it now. You know,
increase your chances of being
Survival.
Okay, yes.
yeah. And if you're gonna get it, like I got all the vaccines, it's like, all right, like I'm gonna stay home for a bit. You know, it's gonna suck, but I'm gonna be okay. You know,
Yep. Follow
that's how I feel about it now.
regulations, please.
Well, Anita, we're glad to have you back.
Yep.
Glad to know
Yes.
you're healthy again, kind of.
Getting there.
Almost there. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. Do you have any like? I don't know if this is personal. You don't have to answer this if you want. Do you have any particular like hinting at like when you got it or?
To be honest, I don't know because I feel like when I started to feel a little sick, I was like, oh, it might be a cold, but I'll just go get a test to make sure.
Okay.
So I did. I went to get a test, and the first one was negative, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it is just a cold, and then it didn't get better, and I feel like, oh, this is kind of a little too long. I'm gonna go again. So I went again. That time it was positive. So yeah, it's just like when I went to the doctor, they said it's differing from people to people. Like we don't always see the same symptoms or the same timeline. So definitely try to be proactive and like if you feel sick, go get tested. And
So this is a good example of like there's people who like let's say I went out to a club one night, right? I just
Right.
like I just want to go and I got COVID. You're like, oh, I went to that club. I probably got it there, right? But someone like Anita's like, no, I just got it, right? Like that's
Yeah.
just showing that you could probably just get it at certain points.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you're not sure, definitely, like, go get tested. I feel like nowadays, especially in the U.S., there are more testing sites available. So definitely be proactive about that so that if you are positive, you can quarantine and prevent other people from getting it. So basic stuff, guys.
I feel like that's a big part of it. Is a lot of the people who say there's a lot. I've seen a lot of people who say, "Oh, at this point, it's unavoidable. It's just gonna be like the flu. Just get it. Who cares?" And I feel like a big part of that. Sure, maybe it's mild. Sure, it's not a big risk. Whatever. That part aside, you also have to think about the implications for other people, right? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
there are other people who are out there who are more vulnerable, who have different health conditions, and you have to consider the influence you have on them as well. And we live in a society, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
like other people can't get the vaccine or because of religious beliefs they don't get vaccines, right? Like you gotta sometimes we gotta think of more than just us.
Yeah.
But in terms of announced big comebacks, apparently people are like, yo, the Olympics are happening, but I don't really care. We're just gonna keep releasing music.
That's
So
true.
Ravi
The
February 8th, BBG was supposed to be February 9th. I doubt that's happening now on the February 9th. Hasungun February 9th, A-Pink on the 14th, Taeyeon on the 14th, Wonho on the 16th, Tempest debut, that's the Yehua boy group, on the 21st of February, Craxy on the 24th. Tempest 21st, Gravity 22nd, Craxy 24th, B2B, Stacy Billy, all in February. NCT Dream in March.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Looking forward to some of these tracks a lot. Like looking forward to Wonho. Looking forward to Stacy. Billy
Tempest,
as well.
I think, is very intriguing.
Yep.
A-Pink, Taeyeon, got a lot of big names. Additionally, I know what's in the next week thing. NCT Mark releasing something on Friday.
Oh.
Isn't NCT doing like a solo thing now?
Yeah, Mark's, I don't know, but Mark's getting something on Friday.
Well, your boy
Forward
asked
to
for
it.
a Mark solo, and I'm getting it. So
Yeah.
it better not be another emo track, please. He's a good rapper.
Oh. We'll see.
All right, though. State of the nation. What have I been doing? Been chilling. The COVID situation. We had a snowstorm. I
yeah.
shoveled a
Oh
lot.
yeah. Let us know.
I don't know if I was touching grass, but I was touching snow yesterday. Like, there was a lot of snow. We got like almost 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, I
And our
heard.
snowblower broke. So,
Oh, no.
Not the most fun situation. It was kind of cold.
Yikes.
Additionally, the anime I'm watching, My Dress Up Darling. Now, if that girl is best girl, the guy on there is best boy too.
Oh,
It was all about him
Nice.
on this episode. It was a hit, like his development. He's best boy for sure.
Nice.
Gojo.
Great.
You know that.
Nice.
I guess if you're a Gojo, you're a cool guy. Both in Jujutsu Kaisen and on this show. Oh, Anita, did you know Jujutsu Kaisen is announcing something in like a week or so? It's
are they?
season 2. It's season 2. But they've been trying to make it into something else.
You think it's gonna be
nice.
season 2? Watch it be another
Movie,
Pachinko.
like a prologue movie,
No, pachinko machine is what they're gonna announce.
or like a mobile game that's
Yeah.
gacha system, right?
Just
No
Jujutsu
way.
Kaisen, the
Jujutsu Kaisen Grand Order. All right.
yes.
You know how hard I've had to stay away from Grand Order, dude.
I'm surprised you never got into it, given your
I
huge
after
hate
Genshin,
phase.
I said no more gacha games, dude. No, it's
I'm
bad.
proud of you. I'm proud of you for staying away from it.
Yeah, and in terms of like that whole system with loot boxes and stuff, when I buy a game, if it's a free game, I'll limit myself to the amount I would pay for a game like that in gacha boxes, if there ever is. You know what I mean? Like if there's a game
They're worth.
and a free game and I paid a ton of it, I'll buy like $50 of boxes or
Oh
something.
my god.
No, because like I played so much that I want to, I feel like I should pay something. Like that's the easiest way to do it. Plus, I get cool cosmetic skins then. And I love cosmetic skins in all the video games I play.
Gotta look swagged out.
Additionally, I'm playing with my cat a lot. I feel like
Boots.
Boots the cat. We've had him for like almost a year now. He has a really small head, and I think that contributes to him being very dumb. He's not a really smart
No.
cat. No, he's not smart. But he's like a model. He's very long and lean and handsome. He has a tiny face, like a Korean model, but he's
Good
really
proportions.
dumb. He's great proportions, but he's dumb.
Oh, you're calling him dumb and pretty.
Yeah, that's him for sure.
Okay.
He's not a smart cat.
I
Like,
feel
he's
bad
not.
for Boots.
No,
Boots.
Family member.
Don't
pointing
feel bad
out.
for him. I'm the only person in the family. He loves biting me for some reason. No one else. Only me.
Maybe he doesn't like you. That's why he bites you.
No, I think he likes me the most. At least that's how I'm construing it.
Okay, so you're
Okay.
living in your own fantasy now. Okay, that's cool.
No, he
Okay.
definitely likes me though. Yeah.
All right. Affectionately bites you. Okay.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better though. But yeah, he's a cool guy. Play with him every day.
That's cool.
I like cats. They're kind of nice. Although they never do what you want. It's not like a dog. You can't take a cat on a walk. He kind of just does whatever he wants, and
True.
he's just chilling.
And his
Alright, that's
head,
all.
you're not his friend. You're his servant,
No, it's true. He has like 3 adults taking care of him at all times right now.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's all I have to say. What about you, Warren?
Oh, me first, or Nita. That's usually our order.
I can go.
All right, Anita, you can go.
It'd be very brief because I finished a show and I'm thinking of starting another one. But the one I finished, I think I previously mentioned that I was watching The Silent Sea, which is like a sci-fi space thriller drama. Beduna Gongyu were the star casts in it. I finished watching it, and I'm a little disappointed. I think the ending left a lot of questions, more questions than answers. And I honestly thought like maybe they're renewing for a second season, like to keep this going and come back to like clear up some stuff. But I don't think they've mentioned anything about it, so it might just end like that. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed, but it was good up to a certain point, and then when we were coming to the end of the last couple episodes, I felt like, oh, I don't think we're wrapping it up as well as we could have, but it was very interesting. I think sci-fi stories are very cool, and it's cool to see it in the Korean TV versions. See what comes out from that area. And another drama that I'm interested in, which I've seen a lot of like promotions for it, is called All of Us Are Dead, and it's a zombie show based off a webtoon, I believe. A lot of webtoons being made into shows, and this one is definitely gory from what I've seen of the trailers, but it looks very, I don't know, like maybe it's the production of it, but it looks very interesting, especially because it's through the perspective of high schoolers, I believe. I think it's people in high school and like dealing with the apocalypse, basically.
Doug, she's talking about All of Us Are Dead. Weren't you talking about All of Us Are Dead last week? Whether on camera, off camera, I forget, but
a drama?
That wasn't me.
Oh, never mind. I'm so sorry.
It's not me.
Sorry. Go back to what you were saying, Anita.
Yeah. No, I think it's really interesting, and I guess I kind of got into the zombie genre with Kingdom.
It's a weird way in, but
the zombies in Kingdom were really cool. I think the historical aspect was what made it interesting, right? Like, and in this case, I feel like it'll be a little different because it's like the perspective of kids in this story. So I want to get into it. I'm not sure if I'll watch it since the Silent Sea was very grim. It was very dark, and
it's a thriller to begin with.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be very light either. So we'll see. I think I might start it. I might go with a different one to get a break.
If you need a bright Korean sci-fi, Space Sweepers was a movie from last year.
Right, I saw the trailer for that one too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It had 유승호, sorry, Song Joong-ki and Kim Tae-ri.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So check that out. Korea's typically not great with sci-fi, but the last couple of years have been showing some promise. And as a sci-fi fan, I'm kind of excited. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
My life has been a mess the last couple of weeks.
Oh boy.
My life.
It's been falling apart before my very own eyes. No, I'm exaggerating. As you can tell, I have moved. My background is different.
Nice.
I'm in a new apartment now. I'm just now realizing you can kind of see the reflection of the other side of my apartment in the window. Also, don't try to find out where I live on this window. I have ordered curtains to kind of hide that part next week, so hopefully it comes around.
Work in progress.
It's also not really great for lighting. That's the main reason why. That aside, this was a particularly difficult move. I've done moves before. I've done it alone. I've gotten help from other people. Various other moves in my entire life. This time around, I don't know. Figuring out logistics was just difficult. The movers, the contracts, getting new stuff, throwing out old stuff, selling stuff, buying stuff, getting stranded on a subway station I've never been before because
getting rid of stuff in New York is hard, dude.
Sorry, what?
Getting rid of stuff in New York City is hard.
Well, you know what? If it comes down to it, the biggest problem I had was getting a microwave from my apartment.
Really?
So this apartment didn't have a microwave. So I was like, okay, microwaves aren't that expensive. I was thinking about the college microwave that I had, which I bought for $20. No, apparently microwaves are minimum $50 now. So I was like, okay.
Oh my god.
I might as well just buy a used one because if the microwave was in the apartment, it would be used anyways, right?
Correct.
So I went up a couple stations to a neighborhood I don't really hang out at. I've been there a couple times, but I haven't really been too many times. Went there, picked up the microwave, put it in my huge suitcase, dragged it back into the subway station. My phone's at 10%, so I'm like, okay. I mean, I know the way back, so it shouldn't be a problem. and then the subway doesn't come. The train doesn't come for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Oh my
Phone
God.
dies.
Oh no.
And then I get a thing and then an announcement comes out and they're like, oh, NYPD is investigating something. We're going to not run the subway for the next couple minutes.
Oh no.
Or whoever knows how long. Please take this bus or that bus instead. And I'm like, okay. I don't have any cash. My phone is how I pay for, the bus or the subway.
Oh no.
I think my card. I don't think my credit card works. Does my credit card work? I don't remember. I don't have my Metro card because I don't use it anymore. And like an Indian guy walks up to me. He's like in his middle. He's my dad's age or something. And he's like, "What?" He's asking me what happened. And I'm like, I think investigate. I don't know. I'm having this conversation with him. I don't know. I'm gonna go home. Try to remember my friend's phone number so I can maybe call him to come pick me up. Oh wait, no, his car is literally in repair right now. I don't even remember his number. Great, I'm freaking out for over an hour and the subway just comes. So got home safely. Thought I would die that night.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Did the microwave work at least?
The microwave is great. It's great.
Okay, I was gonna say it'd be hilarious if it didn't work at the end.
Oh my God, no! It was a great deal. It works fine. I've been using it to microwave my cold pizza because I hate cold pizza. I like warm pizza.
As you should.
Yes.
Yes.
Everything else about it, I mean, we had, like Doug mentioned, we had a snowstorm, so a lot of the stuff that I ordered didn't come. That's okay. That's my life's not falling apart if stuff gets delayed a couple days. But yeah, enough about that. You'll see this background evolve as the days go. I literally got this bookcase a couple hours before I recorded. So I haven't had a chance to organize everything properly. But there you go. Looks fine.
I have a question about moving in New York City, right?
Yes.
Because I've never moved to a different place. I just lived in one place.
Yeah.
So movers come, they take your crap, right?
Yep.
Do you ride with them or do you just meet them at the end stop?
I have apparently heard some people are cool enough and they're chill enough with you where they'll be like, oh yeah, come on our van.
Yeah.
That usually doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So you
no.
just take the subway and meet them. But do you normally get there before them if you do that? Because of New York
Every time
traffic?
I've done it, I've been faster because of the traffic.
Okay,
Or
yeah,
it's
it'd be
either
really
because-
it'd be really awkward if you came after them though. I feel right because they're just waiting for you.
Yeah. And I mean,
Okay.
they wouldn't mind because like you're a lot of, especially
You're paying by
ones
the
that
hour?
are- right. I wasn't, but a lot of those folks are paying by the hour. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. I think I remember like the movers. They weren't coming. I was waiting in my apartment, my empty apartment. And I was like, why aren't they coming? So I called the people, and they're like, "Oh, we're pretty much here. Come downstairs and chat with us." And they were downstairs just taking a smoke. So, luckily, I'm not paying by the hour. I had a flat rate. So,
Okay.
yeah. Anyways,
How do they do your bed frame? That was the last question I had. Do you undo it or do you just take the whole thing?
a lot of the services will offer IKEA disassembly and assembly.
Oh, okay.
Last year when I moved, in 2021, I strained my back like a couple days before my move, so I couldn't really move. so I had to add that. But this year I just assembled it and assembled it by myself. The
Okay.
whole process took like I don't know, like 20 minutes total. So like,
All right, not bad then. All right.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna
Doable.
pay like $300 more for 20 minutes of work. You know what I mean? Like, just an IKEA bed frame. It's not.
Moving is such a big business in Manhattan. They could charge whatever they want because you're at like their discretion. You know.
Yeah. I've heard horror stories about people like being blackmailed to pay. So before they unload, they'll be like, they'll hold your stuff hostage in their truck, and the movers will be like, "Pay us another $1,000,
Oh my
or
god.
we're gonna drive away with it." That kind of deal. Luckily, I haven't had that situation. My move was, I guess, in that aspect, it wasn't that awful. But we'll talk more about my new apartment as time goes on and on the streams. Now that I have a proper setup, I can go back to twitching once a week or so. Not sure about this week. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. If you want to know for sure, follow us on our social media or join the Discord for notifications.
All right. Let me. We're gonna do a World Cup, right? You
Yeah.
start talking about. I'll try to set it up.
Yeah. So this World Cup was something I had in my mind for a while. I feel like it's kind of back to school season. not really, because it's January. It's back to school season in the aspect of second semester or the winter semester starting. So you know what? We brought out the worst group project teammate, the worst person to work with on your group project World Cup. We have 8 of them. We're gonna pick out the worst one by far, period. And I have like little text message situation scenarios. It's
I'm gonna act.
who these people are.
Bro, I'm adjusting your window on the fly. I don't know why it got messed up, but I'm doing it. It looks pretty good now.
It's understandable. It's okay.
Yeah,
We
it's
only
not
have
bad.
8, so this shouldn't take too long. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right, give me like 2 more seconds to fix your window. Okay, we're good. You're blurry, but that's the internet. What are we gonna do? You're in the window correctly. All right, let's start off. Worst group project teammate. So we're picking the worst one, right?
Yep, the worst one, period.
Okay, I press start.
Let's get started.
The trauma.
Round 1. We have Sounds Good Sam versus Wikipedia Wilson.
Oh, I'm guilty of one of these.
All right, let's start with the one on the left. I'll read the blue box. One of you read the white box. Anita, you read the
I'll
white
do
box.
it.
Okay. Hey Sam, want to meet at the library at 8 p.m. tomorrow?
Sounds good.
Hey man, it's 9 p.m. actually, and you're not here yet. You just want to push it to tomorrow?
Sounds good.
So can you do some research on your section before then, maybe?
Sounds good.
So yeah, as you can tell, Sounds Good Sam is capable of only saying sounds good
Sounds good.
to everything, just agreement over agreement. On the right side,
Variable.
yeah. Let's talk about this one first. I don't think it's that bad, but at the same time, like these people end up exploding at some point.
Do they?
Yeah, I've had one person. So what happened, right, was like this was like second year at college. It was a group project for I think a linguistics class. Actually, no, that's freshman year. Okay, yeah, it was linguistics freshman year. It was a group project, and like it was a 3-person group project, and one person was constantly like very positive, like constantly. And it's like, oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. And then at one point, I heard him shit talking me and my other project mate to his friend, and like how stupid our decisions were. And I was like, why didn't you just tell us?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess that doesn't happen
Yeah.
every time, but like now I don't trust people anymore. Thank you. I have PTSD now.
I feel like I'm guilty of being a sounds good Tim, but it's not because like I'm ignoring you. It's just because I'm okay with whatever the other person
same.
wants to do. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
you
it's
guys
fine.
are just chill.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, it's chill.
I
I
usually
don't care.
don't say like just sounds good. I mean like
Like, I'm not gonna be
Whatever
late.
works,
If he says, "Hey, you
yeah.
want to do 8 p.m.?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there 8 p.m." That's cool.
Okay.
You know, if you're a sounds good Sam, but you show up to what you say sounds good to, then you're not a
Yes.
problem. You know?
So if you mean the sounds good, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's how. Yeah. So for one, whenever I reply like, "Yeah, that's fine," it means it's fine. I'm gonna do whatever you suggest.
Yeah.
I don't
Truly,
care.
it's fine.
I truly do not care. Like, you know.
Yeah. You're usually very clear about something you don't want to do
Oh
anyway.
yeah, I'll
so.
be like, hell no.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Wikipedia Wilson.
We have Wikipedia Wilson. Doug, you want to read Wikipedia Wilson? I'll read the blue part.
They feel like Wikipedia Wilson's a big stoner. Hey man, I just sent over my portion of the research.
Wilson, why does it include a header that says donate to Wikipedia on top?
Hey, I don't know, man.
Wilson. Wilson's done a great job of research all over again, hasn't he? I don't know.
To be
I've
fair,
never had this.
to be fair, I hate when there's the narrative in high school and college where the professors try to shame Wikipedia.
It's a good start.
Wikipedia, for like 99% of content, is pretty good. You know,
It is, frankly.
it's gotten so much better over our life or over our like academic careers. Like I remember in like 3rd grade, yeah, it might have been a little weird. Now it's great generally. You know.
I do feel like their information verification has become so good the last couple of years and very, very strict.
Yeah. In terms of being a Wikipedia Wilson, who wants like a maybe I shouldn't have told you this hack for college? Who wants one of those from your boy Doug? Because I'm
Okay.
not in college anymore.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Whenever
Wolverine.
you need to do a research paper, right? Let's be honest here. You're doing a research paper. They're like, write it in your own words, right?
Yeah.
Everyone just rewords an article they saw because we're not geniuses here, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
here's what you actually do though. Don't rewrite the article you're gonna cite right? Rewrite the article that the thing you're gonna cite cites.
What? No.
That's what you do.
Okay, so go to the original source of the source.
Yeah, because research papers is essentially you're sourcing other people's info already, right?
Right.
And it's just I sourced this part from this one, this part from this one, because they're all different parts of what I'm doing. So if you just source what they sourced, then you're 2 degrees of separation away. No one's gonna know.
Actually, no. Some of my TAs and GSIs actually suggested this a while back.
No, because the stuff that you're trying to talk about, it's more specific in the paper that's only on that topic.
Right. Go to the original source. No, this is a legit.
But don't
good...
plagiarize.
I'm not saying plagiarize it, but I'm saying like use the information from that one, but cite this one. You know?
Right.
Because then you have no problems.
Copy, but change it up a little bit. You know?
Yeah. I mean, if people are saying that their college whole career they didn't like almost plagiarize something, they're lying to you. Let's be real here.
I don't think I've plagiarized. No.
I'm not saying plagiarize, but like you look at someone else's research who has a PhD and like a 20 years of experience in this field, and you're like, this clearly says it correctly here. You know? Come on.
I think a similar example would have been like coding class where like a bunch of kids like work on a code together and they're like, oh, that's how it works. Okay, let me just look at that real quick and just, you know.
You kind of have to though, and you just list collaborators.
Stack Overflow, everybody, you know.
I think out of these two though, Sounds Good Sam's definitely worse than Wikipedia Wilson, in my opinion. Yeah.
No, I think Wikipedia Wilson is way worse. Like, here's the thing. Wikipedia is a great place to start your research at the end of the day.
I agree.
It's a great place to understand your topic and subject matter. But like you don't just copy and paste the entire page and send it over as research.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like you're just gonna have to go through it again.
Yeah, then you have to go through the extra effort of like going into the sources. Like the tip you gave Doug was legitimate, but that's not what Wilson is doing. You know what I mean? Like
he's just straight copying pasting.
He just the donate to Wikipedia header is there.
All right. Well, what you do then? Wikipedia Wilson needs to download or pay for the program that checks plagiarism that the professors are using themselves, and then you pre-run your paper so that you could go to the degree where it's not sus anymore.
Okay,
yes, Wikipedia
so much
Wilson.
work. Okay. If it's that degree, maybe Sounds Good, Sam.
Oh, you know what else some Korean kids were telling me? They said we just plagiarize papers that are in Korean and we translate them to English.
Oh, no.
That's so smart. Isn't that so smart? Isn't that so smart? Think about that.
Yes, I've done that a couple
Doesn't
times.
sound morally right.
Yeah, no. All the international kids do this. I asked the Malaysian kids. They're like, hell yeah, we do that.
Wow.
In my defense, in defense of all international students, translation is putting it in your own words. So
It is.
If anything, we're just following the rules.
I know a lot of international kids who do that. Like, come on.
I mean, this whole World Cup format is based off of a Korean streaming format as well. So
Sounds Good Sam though doesn't actually give an F about your project.
That's what I'm concerned about. Like, if you read the conversation, he's like, they're not showing up. They're not really
Wikipedia Wilson
giving
is like,
feedback.
I'm terrible at this. At least if I send them Wikipedia, it's probably going to be somewhat correct. That's what he's thinking.
Wilson's just not putting in any effort. Look at this guy.
Hey, Sounds Good Sam didn't even show up to the meeting.
That's what
Wikipedia
gets
Wilson
me.
showed up
Yeah.
but didn't do any work. What's worse is essentially what you're saying.
Sam.
But at least he
Sam.
has something.
Yeah.
Wilson has something though.
Right,
Sam
yeah.
doesn't have anything.
He'll show
Yeah.
up, maybe.
Yeah. All right, Sam is the worst.
Right?
Bye,
Right?
Sam.
Yep.
At least Wilson's trying to give you something to not look like an
Yeah.
idiot. Sam just doesn't give an F.
All right, round 2. We have Flirty Frank versus
Oh no.
Busy Bert. If the images will load. Who wants to read Flirty Frank's part?
Anita has to.
No.
All right, Doug, you read
I'll
the
read,
blue
I'll
bottles.
read, I'll read, I'll read, I'll read Flirty Frank. I'll read Flirty
Okay,
Frank.
I'll read the blue bottles then. Sounds good, Frank. I'll see you at the grad building at 7 p.m. then.
What if we hang out at my place after?
What? Why?
Just kidding. Unless.
So I chose I chose out these fake profile pictures for these people. This is just an ab for this guy. You can see what this guy's like. I don't know. I've heard about these, but I haven't actually seen one in real life.
Neither have I.
Like
They exist though. They exist.
No, like, I'm not talking about like myself. I'm talking about like among my friends and whatnot. Like I've never seen anybody trying to flirt with each other during a group project because like
too much pressure. You can't be worrying about this.
no, like not even that. Like when you show up to class, you're kind of gross looking because everybody's gross kind of looking. You know, like
Bro, in college, no one gives an F about what they look like unless they're dating someone else.
right.
That's
Unless you're
so
going
true.
out to like Necto or like one of the frat parties later that night. That's it. Like you know.
You don't give an F in class. No.
All right. Let's move on to the second scenario. We got Busy Bert. I've been reading every time. How about you two read this time?
Should I read
So
the
ho-
blue one?
So how does Thursday 3 p.m. sound?
Oh, sorry. I have
Class.
class then.
How about 7 p.m.?
Sorry, I have a student org meeting.
Okay, Saturday 1 p.m.?
So sorry. I'm gonna be real busy that day too.
Ew.
Oh,
Bert's just a busy bee.
excuses.
These are both bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Flirty Frank is clearly worse, right? That's clearly worse.
Yeah.
Still uncomfortable. Way more
It's
uncomfortable.
this Busy Bert won't show up. There's like people. I've been in a group project with the person doesn't show up to meetings, but they still deliver on their part eventually.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
I've had that.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they
Literally.
deliver their part in their like own section of the thing, I guess I'm not that
Like,
problematic with that.
Busy Bert, they want to get an A. They're just too busy because they're in 15 clubs and the president of 3 of them.
They don't
Oh.
want to physically be there.
Yeah.
So you're not saying that so Busy Bert being a liar is out of the question here. You're
Oh, I think
believing
it's
Busy
possible.
Bert. Okay.
I think it's a 50-50 shot.
Okay. Because I have met people who have been like, "Oh, I'm busy," and then like later
You
when
see
I'm
them
hanging
out?
out with them, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I wasn't actually busy. I just didn't want to go."
Well,
Yeah,
I think
that's
for a
what I
project
get.
that's different though. You know?
Okay. I don't know. I feel like just lying about
Hey, if you ever want to actually deal with any of these type of people, here's the play, right? Here's the
right.
play.
Okay.
You tell them that I'm gonna be the one to hand it in, right?
Right.
And then you write a note to the professor at the end of it.
Oh, I mean, professors encourage that nowadays, don't
Yeah,
they?
no,
like
yeah.
they have
You-
like
you-
feedback for it.
Peer
Do that,
reviews.
yeah. And if they don't have the peer review stuff, you just do your thing, and then at the end be like, "Hey, prof, like this is what we had, but like this
is what
person was on, like we couldn't work with them, and it was terrible."
Wait,
I'm
no,
sorry."
that's what happened my senior year in college. Like we were doing a senior project together, the 4 of us, right? It was me, these other 2 kids, one other guy. I was like pretty average throughout the entire group project. The other 2 were like really, really smart kids, amazing. One of them constantly was like, "Oh, like I'm sick. Oh, like I'm busy. Oh, like I have this, that," and like never really showed up. And like he said he would constantly do stuff over text, and he never like really fully delivered. He'll be like, "Oh, like I'll just do it next week or whatever." And then what ended up happening is the other 2 folks who are already like really close friends, they came up to me and they were like, "Hey, like we're thinking about
Report.
really write a very negative report about this guy and sending it over in the peer review forms to the professor. What do you think?" And I was like, "Okay, I mean, you guys kind of have a point." And what ended up happening is I can't give away too many details, but what ended up happening is he had to retake an entire semester in order to graduate because it's the final
Oh my
project of the
God.
entire program. So yeah,
Yo,
that
don't
so
be like
don't do that. Yeah, and like the thing is, like I was kind of friends with this guy as well, and like later I met up with him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like that happened, but I don't blame you guys because I didn't show up, so like you guys are kind of
Well, I
right."
guess he knew.
Right? He was kind of chill about it, which was kind of surprising. Like
Yeah.
He could have
afterwards,
kicked your ass, you know.
He could have,
like,
yeah. He was a big buff dude. Like
Yeah.
he was
Oh my
Frank.
God.
Yeah, objectively though, Frank's clearly worse here. Yeah.
Frank is borderline
Yeah.
criminal.
Frank is you instantly
Yeah.
send this to the prof and be
Harassment.
like, yeah,
Right,
I'm getting
right.
harassed by this filthy Frank guy. Come on. All right,
All
so we
right,
pick filthy
goodbye,
here.
Frank.
Please.
Oh, please.
Come on.
Can you try clicking on it?
We're good. We're good. We're good.
We're good? Okay, we're good. All right, we have Overshare Owen versus One Job Otis. Hey man, can you join me in the Zoom call?
Wait, that's Anita. She's overshare.
What? What I mean?
Because it'd be funnier.
Fine. Wait. Start over.
Hey, Anita Owen, Overshare Anita Owen. Can you join the Zoom call?
Sure. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just in the toilet right now. I'll be there in a sec. Pooping out a real big boy right now. Like, oh god, a real big one. Are people really like this?
Yeah, Warren is.
Really?
Warren is.
Anita, this
is
literally how I
Warren.
text.
This is how Warren.
Okay, group project.
Warren's like, I'm gonna be late. It's a mess in the bathroom right now. Like, I've got it.
But,
No. Here's the thing. I do that to you guys because you guys are my friends.
Oh no,
Well,
of course.
exactly, like,
Sometimes
you're
I
right,
ask
though.
him, I'm like, "Are you pooping right now?" He's like, "Yes." I've asked him this before.
Being a real big boy right now.
but like, group project wise though.
Yeah, like when you're doing a group project, most of these guys aren't your friends. Like maybe they are, but like most of the times you're randomly assigned to these groups.
Okay,
or something.
Overshare Owen
Exactly.
isn't a frat, clearly. All right?
Wait, why?
All right?
Why?
Why? He's in a partying frat.
Wait, what? I don't get this connection. Why?
I feel he's just a
Vocabulary?
bro. He's just
Okay.
a bro. He's a bro.
Okay,
He's
okay.
drunk right now too. You know? Like,
Yes.
come on.
That's why he's pooping
doesn't
at a
know
real
who
big
he's
boy
texting.
right now.
Yeah. I'll be a one job Otis.
Okay.
Guys, bad news. I might have forgotten to upload it on time, guys.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
You had
That would-
one job, Otis,
no,
and you
no,
goofed
no,
it up.
no.
One job. And you messed
Yeah, I
up.
think that's the worst.
Though the good thing about Michigan is in our upload system, you could upload multiple times. So, like, I'm pretty sure you could, right? At least at least in grad school, I was able to.
Wait, what do you mean upload multiple times?
Sometimes though, I feel like depending on the course, like they can close the submission.
Well, my thing is like I upload really early for everything because I'm paranoid. You know,
Right. That was you.
Yeah, I was the type of guy in some classes when they give out the syllabus, I have the homework done for the whole year by like the first month because I don't
Oh
want to
my
do it
God.
later. Like I would do that. I would read ahead and teach myself so I could just do it. So I don't
See,
want to
I
bother.
wish that was me.
I was a normal person. I did the complete other opposite on the thing where I was like an hour before the deadline, I'll be like, oh, maybe I should start writing the essay. And like
And what?
in 55 minutes, I'll be like, oh, type.
No, I'm not a procrastinator.
Yeah, I'm a complete
So-
procrastinator.
Maybe with studying, I'll procrastinate, but for homework and assignments, I'm like, we just get it done now. I don't want to worry about this.
Here's the thing. I did hear about, so this doesn't happen to me, but one of my buddies back in college for a group project in coding, apparently they had a project leader who was in charge of submitting and like communicating and all that. And he didn't submit on time because he forgot or something. I don't know. I don't remember why, but story was he didn't. And what ended up happening is the other people of the group project like emailed the professor and like gave him proof that the other people did what they needed to do. And the professor originally was like, okay, let me consider any possible solutions, like what he can do here. Like maybe you guys can get the points, and the other guy doesn't. But they all got a 0.
A 0? A straight
Yeah.
0.
Oh my God.
Or a F, I don't know, like a bad grade is what I remember. And what I didn't
no.
get was like the professor baited them. He was like,
Said,
oh yeah,
maybe.
yeah. He was like, oh maybe like we can give you guys.
Okay, if you're in that scenario, you go to that guy's boss and you talk to him. You go to the
one
department
step
chair.
higher.
You go to the
Oh,
department chair and bring that up to them.
okay.
Because I think getting the 0 there is unreasonable.
Yeah, especially
know.
because it wasn't everybody's fault.
I don't think it was a 0. It was probably like the late submission penalty or something where you get like 15% like taken out or something. That's how usually coding classes work.
Dude, you're always teetering between a B plus and an A minus too. That's a big. You know what I mean? Whenever you're in college, the second you get a bad grade, you're calculating what points do I need to still get a B in this class.
Yeah.
Like, literally, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta get a 96 on the final.
All the percentages, all the
Yeah, yeah.
scenarios.
You know, I don't think Overshare Owen is that bad. I'll be honest.
I don't think so either.
No,
No.
he's generally
Uncomfortable.
Overshare Owen's like a really funny person.
Yeah,
too.
he's just a really nice dude who means well and just talks too much.
No, Overshare Owen's fine. He's actually probably kind of smart. He's just an idiot
Got
sometimes.
the
You
right
know?
Right.
spirit, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I think one job Otis is clearly worse here because it's detrimental to your grade.
Everybody's great too.
All right.
All right, final round. We have Ghost Gina
Oh,
versus Negative Nancy.
God.
All right. Anita, you want to read?
I'll read for Ghost Gina.
Yep.
Hey, you ready to get started?
Silence.
Want to meet at the library at 2 p.m. today?
Red. Silence.
If you want to do a different day, just let me know.
Left on red. Silence.
Hey, are you? I can't read the rest.
Hey, are you there?
Are you there, Gina?
Silence. Radio silence. Left on
That's
red.
the worst. And on red.
Yep.
Oh,
Have you guys actually seen these people?
I've never had a ghost. I've had bad teammates who
Yeah.
like I have to overcompensate for, but I've never had a ghost Gina.
I think
remember,
I
like-
have.
Same. Tell your story, Anita, first.
Well, I can't think of like the specific scenario, but like throughout like group projects, I can remember like sending out a message, and like maybe it's not even like one person; it's like multiple people like have read the message and like have not replied. You know,
Never? They never replied?
like they take a long time.
Oh. They take
And,
like
like-
3 days.
Yeah, and then like, hey, we're kind of on a time crunch. You know, there's a deadline. I think that stresses me out.
I think one thing that happened to me was like we were doing like a semester long group project that like you do a little bit of every week during like discussion
Yeah.
section or something. And like at the very beginning you get put into these I think like 4 people groups, and it was me and my friends.
Random groups.
I hate that.
It was me, somehow my friend, and then 2 other folks. And then one of them was like just completely absent for the first couple of weeks, completely silent. And then a couple of weeks later, she shows up and she's like, "Oh, like this happened in my personal life. I'm gonna have to drop school for the rest of the semester."
Oh, you know what? That happened to me too, actually.
Yeah, this actually happens quite frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was they literally messaged us the day of the presentation. They said like, "Hey, I'm no
Oh
longer
my
a
God.
student," and he was like, "What?" We literally had to present like that day.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. They're like, oh, you're just gonna have to roll with the 3-person group. Like,
Yeah, on the spot.
yeah.
Oh my god, can I talk about a 3-person group? I'm still angry about this like 15 years later.
Sure, what happened? What happened?
In 6th grade,
Oh, 6th grade.
6th grade.
me and Shinboy, Matt from the Discord,
Yeah.
we were doing Battle of the Books. It was like
Ooh.
you read these books and they
Yeah.
give questions and you answer them as a team, and the
Oh.
team that wins gets to go to the tournament. You get to skip school that day. You get to go to McDonald's. It's amazing, right? I got to go once. It's fantastic. We got paired with 2 kids. One kid read none of the books. I don't know if he could even read.
What?
And they paired us with the 2 new kids who didn't have to read over the summer because they're new. So we're
So they were
already at a
behind.
critical disadvantage there, right?
Wait,
Oh,
why
no.
were they in Battle of the Books if they didn't read?
Because everyone had to be in a team. We just got
That's
unlucky and got paired with them. One kid who came into the school, he tried. He read some. He's like, I'm doing what I can. It was fine, right? We're like, me and Matt are like, we'll overcompensate. The other kid just didn't read any of the books. And for some reason, you know how sometimes teachers like the bad kid? The teacher liked the bad kid, and she says, yeah, guys, just deal with it. He's not going to read anything.
What?
What the heck?
I'm like,
And I'm still angry about that to this day.
Oh my god.
oh no.
So,
Well, I
Mrs.
mean-
Scabetta, go fuck yourself, is what I'd like to
No,
say. You remember her name? Me and Matt talk about this still, and we're still pissed off about
Still
it.
traumatized.
I mean, clearly
Yeah.
you still remember
You're
her
hurt.
name. So, what's her name again?
I'm not gonna say it again.
No, please don't.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
rewind.
she screwed us.
All right,
God.
let's move on to the rival, Negative Nancy. I'll play the white part. Somebody read the blue boxes, bubbles.
How about we do a parody video?
Nah, those are always kind of cringy.
We could also surprise everyone and do a live reenactment.
Oh no, I'm just awful at acting.
All right, how about we just keep it basic then and do a PowerPoint presentation?
Oh no, that's just too stereotypical. You know, we need something creative.
Wow.
You get the point.
At this point, you're like, hey, Nancy, what should we do with this group? That's what you say.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Nancy is like these people always disagree and they never they either give awful ideas or they don't even think about giving ideas for some reason.
This is the significant other who's like, where should we eat? And they say no to everything.
Oh.
And then you're like, how about you choose? And then they say, I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh my
no,
God.
I see what you mean.
That's the same type. That's what Nancy is in her relationship with her boyfriend, and it's slowly driving him insane. And it's honestly a point where he's about to break up with her just because of this indecisiveness.
You could read all of that.
No, really, all that is right here.
No, that's a huge, serious
I mean,
Problem.
yeah.
the way I see it is just like the attitude is just what makes it uncomfortable, right? Because like you're obviously trying to give options and there's just no progress. So I feel like that's what makes it uncomfortable.
Right.
I always think like you should in all of these type of scenarios feel free to say no, but you should have something to suggest as an alternative.
Right.
Well, yeah, all the time.
Life is always about suggesting alternatives because then you like people accept rejection better if there's some form of alternative.
Oh,
like I'm not
that's
saying
true.
you getting related or rejected in a relationship, that's completely different. But in something that's not as serious, it's like if there's an alternative, people accept rejection 1,000 times better. On
Well,
that.
yeah, because it seems
Yeah.
more like you thought about it actually.
Yeah.
It's a reasonable disagreement. Here is my box of chocolates. What is in your box of chocolates?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think out of these two though, Ghost Gina's worse.
Really?
Because Negative Nancy is still trying to have a good project. They just don't like your suggestions.
Right. Like Nancy cares. Gina doesn't.
Nancy just wants to have the one perfect solution when there's probably not one perfect solution.
Right.
Right? And Nancy will realize this eventually. Ghost Gina just doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, at least Nancy's having some sort of conversation. Gina doesn't have one. She's a ghost.
yeah, I guess it is more stressful if you just don't get anything. Like you're just
Yeah.
waiting.
Like you'll come out of the thing with Nancy being like, man, that person was really tough to work with, but we still probably
Rough.
got an A. Right?
Wait, you know what would be the worst? Like if you'd be like, oh, how about we do a parody video? Radio silence for 4 days, and afterwards she's like, nah, those are always kind of cringy. How
If
about
you're
we
the
do-
combo of Negative
Right.
Nancy and Ghost Gina,
That's the
go F yourself too. Right?
That's
Like,
it. That's the one
negative
that wins.
That's the worst one.
Yeah.
I feel like in group projects, like, sure, if there's 4 people on it, you still need to do like 50% by yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's a group project, but you're still responsible to drag your team to the finish line if you really want an A. That's how I see group
A lot of
projects.
dragging.
Because most people don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want the A, you could probably do the whole thing by yourself. It's just gonna suck. But
Sometimes
you
you
could
gotta.
probably still get the A. You know?
Yeah.
So Nancy.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what's also crazy? Everyone says that they had all these bad people done to them, right? No one ever admits to being the negative people.
I honestly, 100% honestly, don't think I've been the worst group project team in
yeah.
my entire life.
I hope so either, but you gotta think, if you're not, and I'm not, and Anita not, there's 3 other counterparts who were the bad person. But do they recognize that they were?
Well, the only other person in the room is the listener. So, hey, nation, what are you doing?
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean,
there-
yeah.
I'm always curious about that, because everyone has their horror stories about group projects, but no one's ever like, yeah, I was the shitter in the group, you know?
Well, no, that one kid from my
Now,
senior
other
project
than
fund.
your one friend, at least he
recognize you.
admitted it. But
He's
he's
like,
the one.
"Yeah, I fucked up."
He's the one in 1,000 who's willing to admit
That's
that.
true. That's true. Nobody likes owning up to their mistakes.
Ghost Gino worse, right?
I think Goshina's worse.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on to the semifinals. Ghost Gina versus Flirty Frank. We're not gonna read everything.
God. Here's the thing. In terms of me getting an A, Ghost Gina's worse.
Yeah.
Flirty Frank is a separate issue than the project.
Here's the thing. Flirty Frank cares about winning brownie points, so he's gonna put in
With
some
who?
effort. Frank.
Flirty Frank will get the A just to try to impress you, even though you don't give a crap.
Right. Let's say Frank is actually interested in you. Like, he's gonna try to get on your good side, so he's gonna try put in some effort with this thing, right?
I think.
I don't think so.
I think in terms of the project, Flirty Frank, you'll get a better grade with him, but then you're gonna have to deal with all the other crap after.
Right.
Ghost Gina though, you're gonna get an
Actually have
F
your
if they don't
content
try.
Here's what you do. You leverage Frank to do all your chores and then block him afterwards.
And then you become Ghost Gina after.
Right there.
Right?
Winning strats.
And then you see Frank again when you do have a boyfriend or girlfriend after the fact.
you're like, oh, I had a boyfriend this entire time. You didn't know?
Well, yeah, I guess there are more ways to get out of it with the
But
Frank
honestly, if you
scenario.
encounter a filthy Frank and you're uncomfortable, please tell someone. That's all I'll say.
Yes.
Yes.
But for the sake of me getting an A, Ghost Gina is clearly worse. Right?
I agree.
Okay.
Anita
Right.
doesn't agree.
Round 2, semifinals. You have Sounds Good Sam and One Job Otis. I vote Otis.
Oh, 100%.
I think Otis is worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds
Otis
Good Sam is
worse.
kind of annoying.
Fumble
One Job
ball.
Otis is.
Sound Good Sam, you'll probably still get a decent grade. One Job Otis literally just negatively affected my grade.
Yep. All right. This is it. Finals. We have Ghost Gina versus One Job Otis.
I feel like, based on like the stories that you've told, Warren, I'm so scared of just getting through it, right? And you feel like everything's fine, and then it all goes down.
Wait, no, I completely disagree. I think Gina's way
Really?
worse. Yeah, because Gina is gonna be a stressor for the entire duration of the project.
But I feel like if you send like the first 2 or 3 messages, you know, and you don't hear anything,
Yeah.
you know something's up, and you're like, okay, I still have time to do something. Whereas the Otis scenario is like, it's too late. Like the deadline already passed.
Well, here's the thing. These are very different because Ghost Gina, you dealt with this for the entire time, where Otis was just like, they messed up here.
Right. It's a mistake.
Where Ghost Gina is a series of stress, right?
Uh-huh.
I think they're two very different things.
Here's the thing. I feel like either situation, the best you can do is email the professor and tell them what's up.
Yeah.
True.
And like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like Ghost Gina's worse because like either way, you're gonna be emailing the professor every week for the rest of the semester versus One Job Otis. It's gonna be one email. They're like,
So
oh,
here's the thing, in terms of practical stuff. In the Ghost Gina situation, you're gonna have to do Gina's work, right?
Yeah.
That's just how
Yeah.
it's gonna end up.
yeah.
In the One Job Otis thing, in order to never have this scenario, always be the one who submits it.
But what if I make the mistake? What if I end up being Otis?
Oh my god, no.
Well, then that's on you. But
Yeah,
at
I
least
hate
it was
that
But
situation.
at least it was on you.
The best you could do would just be like, hey, it was my fault. The other team members.
And
Should
if
get the
you're
grade.
not the upload person, the day of the upload, message the person about 10 times.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
That's
right.
what you have to do. You'd be like, did you upload yet?
The thing is, like, my biggest like thing in the way I view life is not harming other people. Not like that's like a big thing for me, and that's why I usually try to stray away from like leadership positions because I don't want to have influence over other people. I'm not a good leader.
Well,
No.
Well,
Like-
one job Otis, that
This is
scenario
my biggest
a-
nightmare.
It's a nightmare, honestly.
Yeah, being Otis is like literally my nightmare.
You know,
Like,
you know,
I'll
what,
pee my
you know
pants.
what's one way that I've circumvented the One Job Otis? You meet up to upload the thing.
yeah.
Oh.
One
I've
last
always done
revision.
that. Even if not everyone can make it, I'll be like, yeah, I'll meet you up here. We'll go through it once, and then we'll submit.
Do you have somebody
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
That's how I've done that too. I'm like, let's just run through it real quick, make sure it's good, and then we'll submit it together.
And it'll be a celebratory moment too. Like it's a
Yeah.
nice social thing too. Okay, yeah, I see that. Okay.
Ghost Gina, there's just
Gina.
nothing. There's just nothing you could do unless the professor helps you. You're
Yeah, no.
screwed.
Gina's just I think is way worse. Like you have to deal with Gina the entire time. All right, Gina wins because Doug clicked on Gina.
I mean, it's gonna win. I think.
I think Anita disagreed.
You would disagree?
No, I mean I see the negatives to both. I just feel like the outcome might be more, I guess, big
Negative?
or like significant in the other scenario, but there are ways to circumvent around it.
All right, don't be either of those. You know, do
Nothing
your
in this.
job, have responsibility for your actions, and don't ghost people. And be a good
What
teammate.
not to do,
Because the
yeah.
more, there are some groups you get where everyone's good, and you just easily get an A, and it's a breeze, and it's fun. You know?
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, bro, if they have more projects, let's try to get in the same group here, guys.
Let's not switch.
Yeah. All right. Let me reset up my screens real quick. Get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. Okay. Next week though, Thursday, Jamie. Friday, NCT Mark, and Monday, Day 6 is One Pill. That's it.
All right.
Well, this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me today. It's been a fun time. You know, we're getting back into the thick of it. We'll see you guys next week, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons. Bagel. Based Mina. Brian. Shadow. Cotton Ball. Delmonic. Ellie. Genki Boy. Goku Mama. Jacob. Liam's Games and Toys. Luke Daniels. and Jay Parks. Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk. And special thanks to our Discord server mods. Jacob, K-Music Erde, Koala, Mafiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.